Hi, everyone. Here I am again with another in the series, Beginner Tangle Learn With Me series. And boy, I'm so addicted to Zentangling that I usually been going to bed early, like 8:30. By 8:30, I'm in the bed. Last night, I didn't go to bed till midnight 30. I couldn't believe I was just looking and looking and looking. And so, but I'm coming up with more ideas, more, oh my gosh, I want to try everything I see. I see something, I see a new tangle, and I want to try it. Some of them are a little bit, now this is the one we did yesterday. Love it, and I think I've made a bunch of them. And so today we're going to work on, oh, this is one I've been working on. I'm trying to master that one. Let me put these up here because that one I haven't mastered. This one I haven't mastered either, but we're going to do it. I love this one we did yesterday. Um, this one is called a paradox. And when the girl showed it, she showed it doing a grid with 9 on it. I never did get them 9 done, but I made one in the large size, which is cool. You know what I did? I made some squares and then run copies of the squares. So I'm going to now and because I've noticed that it's easier for me, and she said she does the same way, that it's easier for her if she is able to move her paper around. So I'm putting it that way so I can move my paper around. Okay, so we're going to do it on the one larger square. This is about a 3-inch square, I think. 9 square inches. Yeah, it's a 3-inch square that I'm working on. All right, but let me quickly show you. Now, you can use a ruler for this if you want to. Um, if you have a little 6-inch ruler, would be good. Now, but I'm just going to freehand this one, and we're going to see how it goes. And this is called the paradox. Um, I almost think it would be peridot, but it's paradox. Like a pair of socks, but it's a paradox. And so we're going to try that one. And now this is how you will go with this. And this is one reason that I like using a piece of paper that I can turn. All right? Okay, I put that other piece back there just so it doesn't sink through and ruin them on the back, but I wanted this to be smaller. Okay, so here's how we're going to start it. We're going to start this one in the top right hand corner. Now, if you start it in a different place if you start it in a different place on the square, you're going to get a different outcome. And it's amazing how that happens, but yeah, it's like magical. So this is one that you have to really try. Now, this is from the Learn with Dawn. Oh, what did I say that was yesterday? Um, Draw Tangles with Dawn. That's where I've got this one from as well. And then I was just now also pointed in the direction of another Zentangle group, which teaches Zentangle, and it seems to be like it's going to be a fun one. So I'm going to be checking that one out too. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start at the top right-hand corner, and we're going to, should I use a ruler? I don't know if I want to freehand it or use a ruler. I think I'm going to use the ruler. Okay, and what you do is she always says thin to thick. Okay, so you start out thin and you end up thick. So see how that ruler is against that line and you're almost making a big old long triangle. So you go from the thin to the thick. Then you turn your page, go to this corner you just made on that thick side, and you're going to do the same way, and you're going to try to keep it the same distance down here at the bottom. You want to leave, and I've got about maybe a quarter of an inch down there, and so there you go again. So now, what's this pen running out of ink? Boy, I see a lot of Zentanglers use some fancy fine line pens, but I don't have fancy. I've got these markers, these Sharpie markers that seem to be working okay, but I'm running out of ink. Okay, so, and what you always do is go, let me see, I might have to, yeah, there we go. Now, see, always go to the corner, the new corner you just made, but you stay at that corner and you go again. Yeah, you go again and you try to leave the same amount of distance. Okay, you know, at the bottom, like I've got about a quarter of an inch, and okay, go back. Now you're going to start. See, you keep, I'm going counterclockwise, so I keep turning my paper counterclockwise and trying to keep it about a quarter of an inch from the last one. So these are big old long triangles. So then you start at that corner that you just made. There you went, made another corner. Start at that corner you just made. And make a new corner. Start at the corner you made. And make a new corner. Start her at the corner you made. And make a new corner. And so you're going to keep going this way, and you're going to end up in the middle. See that corner that you made. And when she done it using her square cut into 9 and made 9 small ones, oh my gosh, was that pretty. And so I'm going to work on that too, but this is beginner. We're beginners here. And so see, you start seeing a pattern starting to appear. Okay, see where my corner now is all the way down here already. And so I get my ruler at that corner that I just created, and go right down. And you always just go down to that line that you just created there. So you don't go all the way down to the edge, just to that line you created. And just keep turning it counterclockwise. And I think this will be a fun one to play with for a while. I'm finding, like I said, different pages where I am learning different things, different ways that people do their tangles. But I'm also learning that the same tangle can have a whole lot of different names. I'm learning that too, because I've seen some of the tangles that I've done, but they've got a whole different name. So I guess it depends on the artist, you know. The art, like I don't know the names of tangles that I've seen that just have a music background, and so I just make up my own name, and I think a lot of people do that. And so then we end up with a lot of names for the same tangle. But look at this. See how that's coming now? I love this. Well, so far I've loved all of them that we've done. They've all turned out so different and so pretty. Now, I don't know how this one will go on a round, but there was one video that I watched that the girl just made a whole bunch of round. All of her Zentangles are round. And I thought, wow, that is amazing. And so this is something that I don't think you ever know the whole. I think you're almost always a beginner because you're always learning something new. You're always learning new tangles. So again, you're always a beginner. So I am noticing that when I put my marker down, when I put my Sharpie down and then put my ruler against the point, against the nib, then I'm making little spots. And I kind of like that too. It kind of makes it a little different even because the ink kind of soaks into the paper while it's waiting for the marker. I mean the ruler. I just love drawing anything. And I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to draw nothing. And I don't know how to draw nothing. But boy, I know how to hold a pencil in my hand, and I sure do know how to try. I don't know how many of you watch Beth Schuler, but Beth Schuler she's the one that got me back into this. I was watching her one night, and she was doing, well, she didn't call it Zentangle. She was just calling it doodling. She was just doodling around a focal point that she made on a page. And when I seen her doodling, that made me think about the Zentangle that I had done years ago. And I said, I want to try that again. And so I did. And that's when I started this series and called it Learn With Me, because I need somebody to learn with me. I don't want to learn all by myself. It's better to learn in a whole classroom, sort of. So we're all teachers and we're all students. I have had now, my subscribers have been sending me links to different people and different places I can go for new tangles, which is amazing. I like that. So if you can send me off to maybe a page that you have found that you find helpful, then you let me know, because I'll go look at it too. And that's how we work together in this learning process, is we help each other learn as we learn. And see how I'm just keep going, and in my middle I don't really have a square, I've got a rectangle, but it's okay. Hey, it's just fine. But see how now that looks like a spiral? Okay, now I'm going to just, my ruler didn't help me at all right there. Okay, so I'm just going to go this way and finish it off. There. And there it is. And look how it looks like a spiral around. I think that is amazing. I think it is amazing. 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 I think it is. Yeah, okay. And like I said, I love drawing and stuff. If you all watch Beth Schuler, I have been watching her, and she also draws animals. And she uses a book. Let me just put this in there. And the book she uses is 10-Step Drawing Animals. Learn to draw 75 animals in 10 easy steps. And I said, oh my gosh, I need to have that book. I need to own that in my library. And so I sent for it. And so it came today. No, it didn't. They sent me this book. It says right on the packing slip that it is the book that I ordered. But the book I got is Perspective, an essential guide featuring basic principles, advanced techniques, and practical applications. I'm not into advanced nothing. And so it's a good book. It's by Walter Foster. It's a good book, but I left him a voicemail. When you buy something from Amazon, apparently you can, there's a number on there, but it goes to Amazon. Then there's a contact, then there's a like extension number. And when I got the extension number, all I got was a ring and a voicemail. And so hopefully they can send me the right one. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to turn this one clockwise. I'm going to see if it does anything different by turning. I wouldn't think that it would do anything different. It would just make it turn around, but I'm going to do another one and I'm going to do it clockwise. So just to see if it gives me anything different. Something she did made a difference. And so again, you would go to her website, her her channel, and then look up Paradox. And now see, I am making this one. This one, it doesn't seem like it would make any difference. But we're going to see, which I'm actually making my triangles wider at the bottom here. And that's what you're making. You're making some really long triangles. I used to know the names of different triangles, but I don't anymore. We had to learn them in school, but I don't guess you really need to remember that kind of stuff. It's been a long time since I went to school. I remember the red velvet cake we made in home ec. I loved home ec. Loved home ec class. So I think if you turn it, see, I'm making this one, the lines are separated a little bit further. And you can freehand this too. You don't need to use a ruler. I'm just using a little ruler because I just am. Good enough reason for me, just because I am. And so, but this one I'm just started at the opposite corner and I'm turning it clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Let's see if there's any difference. What the difference is. I know she did something and she said she had a fan effect. And that may have been because she had two together and she ended up with a fan effect. So I'm going to play with this with making small ones and making 9 all together. Not right this minute though. I'm not going to do that right this minute. I'm just going to do this part because I do better if I try and learn just the one step and then go further and add different steps. So I learned the basic first, and then I say, oh, maybe I can do so and so, and then I'll switch, do the old switcheroo, you know, and then see what we can come up with. Yes, Beth Schuler is a very, she's a very nice lady, and she's enjoyable to listen to. And she does live streams 3 nights a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, I think. And she's always got a few different things that she does, and everything she does is so interesting. I mean, you can watch that girl and you just don't want to turn off the TV or whatever you watch it on. Okay, this one here sure went into a rectangle there inside, so I must have really got some. Okay, let me just go freehand this one, freehand this one, freehand this one, and that'll go right there. And so there is the difference, which There really isn't a difference. To just your spiral goes the other direction. And so there you go. Oh, that's where the fan come in. That is where the fan come in. She did it. Let me just, I see it right now. I already see it. She put it in, I'm going to cut this out. I'll cut one of them out because I can see what she was talking about, the fan effect. Okay, she did one clockwise, and then the one next to it, she did counterclockwise. Okay, so now when you put them together, you can't see a flipping thing, can you? Here I am. Now, when you put them together, there's where the fan comes in. Because she said, now, she goes, now look, now you got a fan. And that is the fan right there. By doing one of them clockwise, the next one counterclockwise. So if you're doing the 9 squares, you would end up with something absolute, because you would have a fan here, a fan here, a fan. Look at that. And so that's how she created that fan. Because I remember, you know, she was talking about the fan. She goes, see how you come up with a fan. And look at that. I love it. So now I want to do one with 9 squares. I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm going to do that and just play. But look at that. So if you have a, you know, cut your, put your, divide this. See, this is 3 inches. So if you divide it into, I made a 3-inch square. So if each one of my squares is a 1-inch square, like a tic-tac-toe board, then and then do the first one, do it clockwise, the next one counterclockwise, and then clockwise, and then opposite, you know, counterclockwise, then that's what you're going to end up with, is that fan. That is pretty. Let me see here. There's that fan. There's the fan. So when you put it together, the fan. I love it. So now I'm gonna turn the camera off, but I'm gonna play with making the, oh my gosh, I love this. I love this. This is amazing. Let me cut this one out too. See, you could actually collage them together. You could make the big ones, and then it's amazing. I'm sure all of you could come up with different ideas. But look at here. Now, okay, let's see. Now this one would go, wait a minute. This, which one was counterclockwise? This was, one is clockwise, one is counterclockwise. And then, and this is counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise. And look at how those fans appear. Whoa. Now, if you all do that, Erin, if you do it, please post it. I want to see. I know Erin has been doing, she's been going like, oh, like a house of fire on hers. She's really come up with a lot of them. And so look at this, Erin. I think you're going to like this one. I love it. So I'm going to play with it some more, and I'm going to see what I come up with. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. I love it. And let's see. You are stronger than you know. Oh, here we go. Don't let your circumstances dull your spirit. As you dodge the curveballs that are coming at you now, don't let anything take away from your hope, get you down, or make you give up. While you face these problems that touch the landmines in your soul, don't let them steal your power. Stay strong, encouraged, and hopeful. Refresh your spirit with the lessons you've learned. You know your heart. You know who you are. There will be answers. Just be patient. Be satisfied with doing the best you can. When you're down, don't stay there, and never forget what a special person you are. And that was written by Donna Fargo. Donna Fargo. What was that song she was so well known for? Now it's missing me. But I love that. And she's wrote quite a few of the entries in this book, and they're all good. Look at that watercolor right there. How pretty. Okay. God bless you all. May He watch over you every step you take, every move you make, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new tangle. Okay. God bless.